This is San Diego News Daily.
I'm Monica Dean. Let's get right into your top local stories on this Friday. The man accused of attacking an elderly Army veteran in front of his Trump-themed home in Escondido was supposed to be back in court this morning, but his hearing was delayed once again. 32-year-old Thomas Caleb Butler refused to come out of his cell for his hearing Wednesday. Today, there was a different reason for the delay. NBC7's Audra Stafford explains.
This amended complaint charging Thomas Caleb Butler with murder was filed on Monday. He was supposed to be arraigned on that new charge Wednesday, but 2 days and 2 postponements later, he has still not been arraigned on that new charge. Investigators say Thomas Caleb Butler is the man who was caught on surveillance video last month attacking 69-year-old Carrie Sharon and a bystander. The attack happened outside Sharon's Escondido home, which is decorated with dozens of American flags and banners supporting President Trump. Prosecutors wouldn't speculate if that was a motivating factor, but prosecutors have said the attack was unprovoked. At Butler's initial arraignment a couple weeks ago, the judge ordered us to hide his face as he pleaded not guilty to multiple charges, including attempted murder and elder abuse. Soon after, Sharon died from his injuries, and new charges were filed against Butler. He refused to appear in court for Wednesday's scheduled arraignment, so it was postponed. Then today's hearing was delayed again, but for a different reason.
His attorney did just say that he doesn't believe he's competent at the moment, but now that shifts to an actual doctor or a physician that's appointed by the court to actually determine, make a full assessment, make a full evaluation, and fully go into detail about the defendant's capacity to understand and his competency.
As they did on Wednesday, several of Sharon's friends showed up to the courthouse again today, and once again, they left disappointed.
What happened to Carrie? This coward came behind and attacked him like that is unacceptable. He is capable of taking somebody's life, and he's not capable to face the truth.
Butler's next hearing has been set for mid-July. If at that time he is deemed mentally competent to answer to charges, he'll be arraigned then. If not, another hearing will be set for a later date. From the Vista Courthouse, I'm Audra Stafford, NBC7.
We are learning new details on that deadly dispute in Chula Vista. We want to warn you here. The details are very disturbing. After several delays, including a refusal to leave jail, the man who admitted to killing his landlord's daughter finally appeared in court. Judge Yvonne Campos ordered that we not show Robert Watkins' face. He pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder yesterday. Watkins is accused of killing his landlord's daughter, Brenda Gillette, who was an Army veteran. There's no subtle way to describe this, how prosecutors say he murdered her. They say Watkins took a hammer to her upper body and then used a hatchet to dismember her, even taking a picture of the victim and emailing it to himself. Watkins stuffed part of Gillette's body in a suitcase and then left it in a nearby park, and then took an Uber with other body parts in a bag and dumped it along with the tools he used to kill her near the USS Midway Museum. If Watkins is found guilty, he could serve up to life in prison. The next hearing is at the end of this month. A community event is happening right now to help homeless veterans. The Veterans Village of San Diego is hosting its annual clothing drive. It will be going on until 3 p.m. at VVSD's main campus there at 4141 Pacific Highway in San Diego. People are encouraged to donate new or gently used clothing, including socks, dress shoes, boots, sweatshirts, hoodies, and jackets. Meteorologist Brooke Martell joins us now with a look at your forecast. Hi, Brooke.
Hey there, and happy Friday. We made it to the weekend just about. Temperatures are going to be right around the upper 60s to about the low 70s up and down the coastline. We had that marine layer from this morning. Expect the clouds to linger over this stretch of the county, but over the inland valley communities, better chances for some clearing heading into the afternoon. Temperatures there from the mid 70s to about the mid 80s. And here's a look at the mountain communities. Breezy at times, those winds could gust up to 35 miles per hour. We'll have 80s and 90s there, and right around 107 today over Borrego Springs.
Okay, thank you. Looks nice headed into this weekend. Witness testimony on Larry Millete's interest in spells to try to keep his wife Maya from leaving. We have highlights as we wrap up the week 3 of the trial. That's coming up next. Stay with us.
On January 22nd, I got a phone call from my daughter.
Rolling.
All right. She said, "Mom, the water's already waist high." And we were all scrambling.
There's been 2 wildfires that have come through. We were able to watch NBC7, and we knew that as long as they were there, we were going to be okay.
We're going to be here. We're going to keep an eye on things.
Because of you guys, they acted.
This is the source of all of this neighborhood's problems.
Everything can be so unpredictable, and we rely on this coverage.
And that's a tornado warning.
This is San Diego News Daily.
I'm Monica Dean. Welcome back. A disturbing image coming to light during the murder trial of Larry Millete, who is accused of killing his wife Maya in 2021. This is the picture Maya's sister-in-law says Larry sent her. This red splattered picture. It's an altar with him and Maya. Genesis Teleblanza testified that Larry told her he wanted to be a spellcaster apprentice. The use of spellcasters has long been a topic in this case since Larry's arrest back in October of 2021. And during the preliminary hearing, the DA presented over 1,700 pages of digital evidence they say show Larry requesting and paying for love spells and hexes, starting 5 months before Maya's disappearance, growing more desperate and violent. NBC7's Mark Mullen spoke with Maya's family about the spellcasters for our special Vanished, Maya Millete, 5 years later.
What did you guys think when you started hearing all this stuff?
Definitely blindsided us that, this whole time, I see my uncle at like family gatherings and he's just spell casting on my aunt. Like, I don't know, to me that was just really just a shock to come out, just the lengths, the obsession that he had with my aunt. It's just terrible.
Back inside the South Bay courthouse, Genesis Teleblanza also testified that Maya moved in with her months before Maya vanished. At the same time, Larry kept texting Genesis. She also said Larry used his daughter's phone to track Maya, and Larry tried to brainwash Maya through subliminal messages. She also testified Larry caught her cheating on him, and that same day, Maya moved back in with Larry. Teleblanza will be back on the stand next week. You can find recaps from the trial so far on our website. Just go to NBC7.com. Starting this week, more than 90,000 San Diegans are at risk of losing their CalFresh benefits if they don't comply with the new rules. And many of them are calling the county's Health and Human Services team for help. This is phase 2 of recent changes to the federal food assistance program after the H.R. 1 funding bill was signed by President Trump last July. In April, phase 1 took effect and more than 13,000 immigrants in San Diego lost their eligibility, leaving many with unanswered questions. And that's where the county's call center can step in.
We want our community to thrive, and without assistance of food or other resources, it does make it difficult for them to find a job. And so we have ways that we can assist them. We have the CalFresh Employment and Training Program. They can volunteer at other agencies.
The new changes require some CalFresh recipients between the ages of 18 and 64 to meet work or community engagement requirements. For 20 hours each week or roughly 80 each month, you must either have a paid job, volunteer, be in a job training program, be enrolled in school, or a combination of these things. Meteorologist Brooke Martell will have a look at your Friday weather forecast as we head into the weekend right after this.
We are rolling. Your left, I'm sorry.
Let's do this.
Where do you get your information from?
Well, definitely start with the local news.
The reason why I love listening to local news like NBC, they give the facts.
California families could feel
they have a genuine interest, first as people and second as a news team.
Because this is their community too.
Sometimes the news isn't always fun. Bringing it to us every day in good and bad times is something that we rely on.
Nice to have you with us.
Here's a look at that 10-day forecast. You can see our temperatures along the coastline are going to be staying pretty consistent. We will continue to have that cloud cover through the weekend, especially through the morning heading into the early afternoon hours. Same deal actually on Saturday for the Inland Valley communities. Your temperatures there are going to taper just a little bit and stay pretty steady through next week. Here's a look at the mountain communities, a very similar pattern, cooling down over Saturday and Sunday, but then holding steady Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then we're looking at triple-digit temperatures next week for the desert region.
More coverage you count on it at NBC7.com. Thanks for watching.